welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited to have another video this week. I've been uploading constantly, and I think I uploaded 2 videos last week. And I'm so excited because I get to do this video, and it's basically like things I wish I knew in high school. So my high school experience and how basically we're gonna just start off by saying make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and stay tuned to my video. Number 1, your friends are not your friends. Please do not get it mixed up. They are associates, okay? I'm gonna tell you this one time, they're associates. People that you meet in school oftentimes are not gonna be your real friends. You're not gonna know them down the line. So whatever they say to you that may bug you, bother you, please don't even let it get in the way, because what they say has nothing to do with your overall scheme of life. Like, high school is not life. People in high school sometimes are like, all they think about is high school is like the ultimate level they're gonna reach in their life. That is completely not true. So do not listen to them, and don't let them have a huge impact in your life, because you know what you're gonna do and you're gonna do it, sis or bro. Number 2, your teachers are your best friends, okay? Now, this is coming from Jamie, and yeah, all my teachers I was very close with all my teachers, like in every grade, except for 2nd grade. I was really close to my teachers, so that helped me out big time. So like, it allows you to have a little bit more wiggle room, especially if you're close with your teacher and you get to know them, genuinely know them. It gives you more wiggle room for things on the future when it comes to assignments, due dates, and things like that. Number 3, your GPA does matter. I would say that no matter what you do after high school, college, you know, getting your associate's degree, or even just taking a gap year, I feel like you need to work hard in high school. You need to have just at least build a GPA so that it gives you more opportunities like out of high school to do more things. That's the only reason, my motivation for doing extremely well in high school is so that when I get out of high school, I have more doors and more opportunities because of my grades and because of like my resume. So it gives you more of an open door. Again, you know, GPA does not define a person at all. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know some crazy, incredibly smart people, very smart young women and men who do not have the highest GPA, but who are extremely smart. So GPA does not define you. It just allows you to have more opportunities, in my opinion, down the line. Number 4, to establish your own. I think in high school, I think my peak was definitely 11th grade. I think that's when people were noticing like, oh, Jamie, you know, she's actually alive. Like, who's that? So I would say definitely establish your own. You know, you don't always need people there by your side, going to the bathroom with you, always there, like all the time. I'd say be comfortable with who you are, develop your confidence, I say, and also develop your skills as a human and as like a person in society. Please just develop into the person that you imagine in your mind, and do not worry about people's opinions of you. Like, as long as you're making sure you're being authentic, honest in everything you do and bettering yourself, do it. And trust me, again, you will not be knowing half of these people in your life, nor will they actually matter. So yeah. The 5th thing that I wish I knew in high school, I wish I knew this in 10th grade, or maybe like, I wish I knew this in 9th and half of 10th grade, which is not to work harder, please work smarter. I say that again, slow motion. I say again, work smarter, not harder. And I'm gonna tell you like this. I have worked my blue tea off. In all academics, I work extremely hard, and I feel like sometimes I worked much harder than people next to me, because I just feel like, I don't know, like things didn't always click for me, and I felt like everybody else in class, like things clicked for them. So I always encourage myself to work harder to get to a level where I can definitely get my grades in, that I can be successful in school and just have good grades in order for me to have more opportunities outside of high school. So I just think you need to find ways. Like, I condone cheating. Like, that's one thing I do. I condone cheating. But I would say, Spark Notes, That helps sometimes, because if you're really tired and you have an assignment to do and it takes like it's an hour-long assignment, sometimes you just have to fast play it. Like, I'm not the person to be asking for people's papers or things like that, because I just think it's wrong. You work so hard for the work you do. I feel like you shouldn't be sharing your answers with anybody, like letting them take credit when they didn't even put in any effort or any work. But there are definitely a lot of websites that can help you, especially if you're in a crunch. Like, sometimes you just need those safety things, like maybe you need an audiobook instead of reading a book and things of that nature, because sometimes it just helps and you can get rest. You don't have to sit and stress at night like, oh my gosh, I didn't read the book, or I didn't read chapters, and etc., etc. So I would definitely just learn how to navigate what you have at your disposal, and not being super hard on yourself for the things that may be really hard to do. 6, the thing I wish I knew in high school early on is that to try new things. Trying new things allows you to develop hobbies and interests that you didn't know you had. And to do this, not necessarily with your friends, but to do this on your own, to explore things that you like. Not even if your friends aren't doing it, do it for yourself. In high school, I was in an a cappella group. I just think it was such a great experience. I did some other things. I was a cheerleader, so that was really, really fun. And I did those things without my friends. I didn't really have a lot of friends, I would say, because I just felt I was much different. I was like definitely a different person in my grade. So a lot of people knew I was very different. And I think middle school, I would say, kind of carried on to high school in a way, because I was looked at as a very weird kid. I wasn't attractive necessarily, but I also wasn't like an average kid, I guess, in that town. So I think a lot of people framed away from me. And I was okay with that, but, I definitely became more confident, more comfortable with who I was. And I started to try new things and like learn things about different people and different cultures, and even learning different languages. So I really enjoyed it, and I really hope that if you're still in high school, to please just explore new things. Obviously be safe, be aware of the people you hang around with, because if you're around people who aren't a good influence, it can lead you down paths that I would say aren't necessarily good. And can get you into a lot of trouble. So be aware of who you spend your time with. That's a big step, and that's leading to number 7. So number 7 is to be careful about who you associate around. I remember in 9th grade, I wanted to try to fit in a way, but like no one really wanted to be around me, or I just felt like the odd one out. And I would often find myself in situations where I would be around people who weren't doing things that they shouldn't have been doing, and I knew it was wrong, but I just sat there because I felt like if I just kind of went away, that I would just be lonely. That's not the case. Please, if you see something wrong with people you're around, please leave, exit the building, exit the room, because you don't want to absorb any negative energy, nor do you want to absorb habits that aren't good for yourself. You definitely want to be around good association, because that will definitely determine a lot down the line about, the people you spend your time with. So I would be very cautious about that. So just beware, who you call your friends and who you call your associates, who you call your best friends, to be very aware of that. Number 8 is things I wish I knew in high school. One would have to be when it comes to dressing. Like, I feel like trends don't matter at all. I feel like, as humans, sometimes we get into trends, we want to like experience like a trendy look that everyone's doing. Don't get too involved in that, because you're kind of taking your focus off of school and onto like what you look like. And you're at school for a reason. You're at school to learn. You're at school to get an education. You're at school to better your life in the future. You're not at school to put on a fashion show. You're not here to be the next Teen Vogue. That's not what it's about at all. So I would just beware, just to keep it simple. Of course, look cute, do your style, everything like that. But don't put emphasis on, what you look like. Put emphasis on your brain and what you have in your head. That's really, really important. And I stress that a lot, especially to the younger ones. it's not about what you look like. It's about what you have in your head and how you treat other people. Number 9, I would definitely have to say, is come up with a schedule. Stick to that schedule. When I tell you I'm such an organized person, so have a schedule. It will definitely make things so much easier and allow you to have wiggle room for other things. Like for me, I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I went to school, you know, I went to see teachers every afternoon and every morning, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I went after school, and then I had cheer some days after school. I had to do other things outside of school, so please, you know, come up with a balanced schedule. Plan literally everything you do. I'm a planner expo, so. The 10th thing I would say is have a support system. To establish early on in high school who's going to be that support system that you have. I would say teachers, I wouldn't say lean on other acquaintances as much because they're not reliable, but a guidance counselor to help you when it comes to academics, you know, to encourage you. And also outside of school, either your parent, guardian, cousin, aunt, uncle, to just have a support system so that when you're feeling stressed out sometimes, you know, to definitely, you know, talk to them about it. Establish also within the school to have a support system, because if it's academic based, you know, to always just seek them out, you know. I definitely was cool with all the teachers. I'm like, hey, yeah. So I was definitely that kid in high school that was like the teacher's best friend and all that crap. So yeah, I wasn't like, you know, I wasn't the most liked, I would say, when it came to like teacher and student relationship, but I felt like when the teachers talked to me, you could tell it kind of like, it was like genuine, you know, and I feel like I always connected with my teachers. I always asked about, you know, some of the things that they believe and trying to test their thoughts and challenge them, and I feel like I definitely challenged them a lot on what they thought. So definitely just form those bonds and special connections and really cherish them. For sure, like in the school, I emphasize in the school, but also make sure you have a support system outside of school. For 11, I would definitely say to have a group of friends. This kind of goes back with the association. Have a group of friends that will be by your side. Like this can be outside of school, this could be inside of school. Personally, my best friends were outside of school, and you know, we click, you know, we have a lot of common interests and also common values. So that definitely allowed me to feel my best because I knew I had them by my side and they were my true friends. So that always made me feel good, for sure. For the 12th thing I wish I knew in high school is that, honestly, homework, you have to do homework, like especially for math class. If you don't do homework, it really, like, I feel like in English you can always like get out of stuff when it comes to English, but when it comes to like math, because on tests, you know, it's going to be difficult. So please do your math homework. Like if you don't do any homework at all, I emphasize please do math homework, because on test you're going to need to know that. So you're basically preparing yourself. So please thoroughly, you know, if you don't understand something, please go to a teacher. Like when I say teachers want to help, they want to. That's why they became teachers. Although some teachers are really not nice, but let's not get into it. Let's not get into it. The 13th thing that is more of like a tip versus kind of what I wish I knew in high school earlier, is that to be yourself. This, I think, would have to be my top tip, but also the thing I wish I knew in 9th grade was be yourself. People love you for who you are, and like never be fake about who you are, and people will be attracted to the personality that you have. You never have to fake to be anybody. Be yourself, because there's always gonna be, you know, girls and guys who act a certain way that isn't themselves. But for you guys, Please be yourself. I promise you, I promise you, I promise you, people will adore you and love you for who you are. And the people who don't, it makes it more clear, and you can actually go about life a little bit better because you know that you're being yourself. And if someone doesn't like you, then that's on them. It's not like you're being fake, like you're being genuine, and you know that inside of you that you're being genuine. So you don't need to, like, you know, put up a facade. Be yourself and move about life in a genuine fashion. Never fake, never be fake, honey bun. Never be fake, ever. If you enjoyed my video, definitely give it a thumbs up. You know, write any comments down in the description box, DM me. Like, listen, I'm open to DMs, so please DM me if you have any questions about this video, or if you want to know more about my high school experience, or more about kind of, you know, what I think about certain stuff. So I'm definitely open for that, and definitely subscribe down below, and I will see y'all next week.